not.
Okay, fine. So thank you everybody for coming for the closing ceremony, and thank you for agreeing to be on camera. And so this is the 15th of August, and we've just finished 2 weeks of Sugar and Spice. So on weekdays we had 2 sessions, and on weekends we had 5 sessions. So we had many people who I really didn't expect this, but we actually had several people who attended almost every session. And I really, really appreciate all your support. So yeah, this is the first Sugar and Spice. We successfully finished it. Yes.
Yay!
Yay, we survived. The next Sugar and Spice will be called Sex Marathon. Another working title is Lasting Power. Another one is Never Say Die.
Never say die.
Or Stay Hard Forever. Um, okay, anyway, these are just some working titles. So we still like Sugar and Spice. Okay, anyway, I want to share a report. We had 39 sessions, and out of the 39 sessions, I have been taking attendance, and of course, Elma, myself, and the volunteers already count as 4 people per session. Adding all the attendance, I mean, I'm talking about the live sessions, we have 548 people who attended the live sessions.
Wow.
Other than today. Yeah, it's tremendous, isn't
Wow.
it? If you think about it, it really all adds up. Yeah, it's really tremendous. So the Facebook group, originally I had the intention for Sugar and Spice to have at least 200 people in the Facebook group, for Sugar and Spice to reach out to at least 200 people. And we have 260. Well, actually, if you want me to be more exact, 260. How many? Okay, sorry, I should have checked this before.
So we have a lot of closet viewers lah. They don't attend the show, but then they watch it in the closet.
Yeah. Okay, so we have 264. Of course, this includes all the presenters, the volunteers, but all in all, the festival reached out to 264 people who are committed, sign up for the festival. And a lot of the participants for Sugar and Spice actually attended the festival for free because of complimentary tickets, friend of friends, and so on and so forth. So we actually sold 43 tickets, because I just checked 43 tickets, and we made Singapore dollars $3,104. Okay, out of this amount that we have collected, about US 500 actually went into my IT, who are in US. They are not cheap, and we had to get them because the website was had problems. It actually went down twice, and out of this $3,000, we are going to donate 10% of it to Pratisanti, that has supported us with the festival, and their volunteers who were there for the tech support. So we feel that that is the least we can do to thank them for all their help. And they are going to continue to help with the next Sugar and Spice, and also with my next festival for people with disabilities. So the most hardworking person for the whole festival, besides myself and Elma, is actually my assistant. She actually committed from the beginning, because I was so stressed about the money. I didn't know if we would make enough money to even cover the cost. So she actually told me that she wanted to volunteer. So I told her to keep track of the hours she spent on the work, and more or less she spent about US $500 worth of work for the festival, which she has donated to us. So I don't want to take the money out of the festival, but I feel that I want to pay her back in my personal capacity, because I know she wants to volunteer, but I still want to give her something. So anyway, I will work that out with her. So with the monies that we have collected, we can now commit to paying all the presenters for the next Sugar and Spice. So all the presenters, every single one of them, whether they are panelists or moderator, every single one of them will get something. It's a small amount, but we because we have so many presenters, it actually all adds up. Yeah, I'm telling you, it really adds up. Okay, so for the next sugar and spice, now that we have concluded the first sugar and spice, 2 weeks, 39 sessions, the next sugar and spice is going to be 1 week. Never again will we do 2 weeks. Never, never, never. So the next sugar and spice, we will do 2 weeks. 1 week. And it's going to be the 17th to the 24th of November, immediately after Deepavali and before Thanksgiving. So we have that window. In fact, we changed the dates. So now it's going to be official. It's 17 to 24. And so Yan, we will give you an opportunity to speak very soon. You are our guest of honor. So yes, so it's going to be starting on Tuesday and end on Tuesday, and the weekend we will have five or six sessions, and on weekdays it's going to be 2 sessions. So the thing that we learned from this festival was that people love huddle, and it's actually very important to have huddle. It's very important to have some kind of time for people to unpack what they have learned and to get together and chit chat and gossip and laugh. It's very, very important actually. So much so that I started to create the huddle time even on the weekdays, because officially we didn't have planned huddle time on weekdays. We planned it only on weekends. So eventually we started to spontaneously, decide that it just that didn't feel complete, that we start to do the huddle time. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is the next festival, every day we will have a huddle time, even if it's just a short time, half an hour. And on weekends, the huddle time will be longer, 1 hour. So a new addition to the festival, the next festival, is already guaranteed, okay? It's already committed. We are going to pay for the royalty rights for this documentary on Love Commando. So Love Commando is an organization in India that actually supports people who are running away from arranged marriages. So they want to be in a love marriage. So Love Commando actually shelters them and protects them. And the organization has been around for about 10 years, and they have a documentary about it. So I managed to get the chairman of Love Commando to agree to be on our panel, and we are going to screen the documentary. So we will pay for the rights. So in a way, paying for the rights of the documentary is also supporting the organization. So that is going to be like the highlight of the festival, the next Sugar and Spice. Yes. So the program of the next Sugar and Spice is more or less being finalized at the moment. But now I'm going to focus more on my next festival, which is Love Abilities. So I'm just making an announcement here, really. So Love Abilities is going to be in October, 15 to the 19th of October, which is which is exactly in 2 months' time. And Love Abilities is also another initiative of love. Love Abilities is different because it's for people with disabilities. So Sex and Disability Festival. And because it's an initiative from my work with people in UK, so a lot of the presenters are from UK. And it's going to have a combination of teaching people with spinal cord injuries and sex and creativity. So there's talking, and then there's 9 panels. So there's 9 sessions, 9 panels, and actually 9 maybe 8 or 9 workshops. So I was very insistent in having some more light-hearted, fun-related kind of sessions for the Sex and Disability Festival. So the Sex and Disability Festival, Mata being Mata, I just want to do everything in a bigger and better way every time. So for Love Abilities, my target is 1,000 people in the Facebook group. I want Love Abilities to reach at least 1,000 people, so that looking at what the statistics for Sugar and Spice is, let's say you have 200 people sign up, and then you have 10 to 20 people show up live. So for Love Abilities, I want 1,000 people so that I can have 100 people showing up live. And the sessions will also be recorded. It will also be available for 30 days. And because of what we learned from Sugar and Spice, which is originally we had 3 rates, the low income, the regular, and the supporter rate, people were confused. And when people were confused, they didn't sign up. So I learned from the lesson. So the next Sugar and Spice, and also for Love Abilities, it will just be one fee, and there'll be 3 options. So one is pay for a ticket, one is sponsor a ticket, and one is apply for scholarship. So I'm just letting everybody know that every single person who apply for the scholarship will be allowed to join, whether it's Sugar and Spice or whether it's Love Abilities. Because during this time of the pandemic, the thing that I really want to do is to create positivity and hope and learning and fun for as many people as I can. So when I started Sugar and Spice, I really had no idea if I was going to make money. And now that we have made money, it's going to go towards the next Sugar and Spice. So I am really very, very appreciative to all the volunteers and all the presenters. So I have made my announcements. So the Love Abilities website is loveabilities with an s.org. You can just join, subscribe, and if you can't afford it, you just apply for scholarship. I'll add you to it. Everybody from Sugar and Spice will be invited to Love Abilities, and Sugar and Spice will return in November. So what we're going to do for Sugar and Spice is we are going to do it such that every single person who has supported the first Sugar and Spice, we are not going to charge you, but instead we are going to encourage you to do a pay what you can. Yeah, so just pay what you can. If you don't want to pay, then don't pay. So essentially it's free. It's fine. But what we're going to do is we're hoping that everybody will share this with their friends so that we have more and more people. And the good thing from this Sugar and Spice is because we have all come together, we have all put our talents and resources and presentations together. Everybody's profile is elevated. Everybody's work is being highlighted. Everybody's sharing is going to help a lot of people. And the recordings are only for the presenters. So the recordings will be available for 30 days from the time they went up. So what's going to happen is the recordings that went out on the 1st of August will go up, will expire on the 1st of September, and so on and so forth. So it's going to be 30 days of recordings, and after the 30 days, even I myself will not have access to the recordings. I will not be selling it. Nobody will be able to get the recordings other than to go to the presenters themselves. So that is my way of honoring the presenters for their copyright. Okay, so I have finished saying all the things that I want to say. I just want to thank all of you, all the volunteers, especially Pratisanti, and all the partners who were part of Sugar and Spice. We didn't get a single cent from them. What we did was we got them to support us by with publicity support. So that's what we have. And even for the subsequent festivals, because of how the economy is, I don't expect to have any sponsors coming in. But we can always hope, right? We can always hope. So the thing is, somebody did ask me, why don't you apply to the government for funding? Tang kuku, okay, we wait long time, it's just not going to happen. The media in Singapore already told me, Amata, we can't feature your festival because you have kink. Okay, so this is my festival. I'm going to do it the way I want. So doing it the way I want, inviting GLBT friends, including kink topics, does make it challenging to get funding for people who are more close-minded, especially certain publications and getting certain partnerships. So it really is not as easy as people think. Okay, so now that I've said what I want to say, I'm going to pass it to Elmer. Elmer, go. Any thoughts?
Okay, so I just want to thank Martha for actually organizing to kickstart this Sugar and Spice. Thanks for all the presenter for giving all their best throughout these 2 weeks. It's a wonderful experience and knowledge for me to go through each presenter and also understand each topic itself. I will not mention any particular presenter or topic due to could be bias itself, but I personally appreciate every one of them, and I do want to say a big thank you itself for all of you to take your time off to present during the given hour slot, and also do want to thanks all of you, right, that you guys actually turn on the video, accept the recording, and also interact with those who actually attend your session, and also the non-recording session too. I just want to thank everyone for making effort throughout these 2 weeks. Looking forward for the next session. Do feel free to reach out to us again if there's any question before the next event. I'll be more than open to talk to you guys again. Take care. Enjoy.
We are talking as if we are okay, never mind. Okay, yeah, who wants to go next? Trisha?
Oh, this one like Oscar speech like that.
Yeah.
No, I think even though it's like 15 days, I would say that it really spiced up the sex life a lot. Not to mention that I learned, the mind is stretched so much in terms of like topics that we're not even familiar with, like BDSM and all kinks and all those things. So my husband giving the thumbs up here. So yeah. So he's a happy consumer. So I'm gonna probably have to make him buy for the ticket lah. It's well worth. I would say that if I'm not a presenter, I would say that it's attending even one session is worth that ticket. I got to really honestly say that based on what we have been learning lah. Things that we cannot really find from anywhere else, and it was a good experience. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay,
Over
so
to you.
wait, I let Annie go first, okay?
Yeah.
Because Annie is at dinner.
All right, okay, hi everyone. Sorry, I'm actually at dinner, so thank you, Martha, for letting me share first. Actually, I was a little bit taken aback when Martha approached me to talk about, be part of this sugar and spice because it's all like on sex and all that. But I guess when I look into it, I think when the area I share on love and relationship, I think it still matters very much, right? And like I say, and I like what I shared during my session is, you're aimed in the right way, then your part will more or less flows a little bit better rather than you have to like force it and all that kind of thing. So I'm really very thankful for this opportunity because honestly, before I did this sharing, I never quite see it like be real synergy. Planning for it and I finally share it and I was like, hey, yeah, I think it does. All right, so it's just a pity I didn't manage to catch most of the live session because I've got classes ongoing. So, but yes, definitely I'm going to watch all of them in the next 30 days or under so that I will not miss any of the particular sharing itself. So yes, so thank you very much, Martha, for having me, and thank you all of you all for all your sharing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Annie, we're still applying your love languages, reminding each other that, hey, this is my love language is like that. What's your love language? So around the family, this is what we learned from the session. And it will become more aware after your session. It's like, okay, like normally we don't talk about it, but I realized that, hey, yeah, my love language is this. And my husband one is that. So it's interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Dani, go.
Hello. Thank you, Martha, for giving this opportunity to me. This is the first time actually that I'm presenting online because most of the things that I know, I mostly just teach people on the go or usually I just do it with my friends around. But to have such a platform for me, especially in a time wherein I thought I wouldn't be as productive, this festival was the most productive I've been during the pandemic. So, this is something really good that came from the pandemic. I never knew that I would experience something like this. Teaching what I know to people, especially debunking the misconceptions of kink and seeing it in a light wherein there's so much care and attention to what I'm doing or what people in the practice are doing. And I feel like in this festival, I attended most of the sessions, and even if I knew some of the topics, it's still good to hear from the presenters themselves and to hear to hear another perspective on a topic that I may be familiar with. And there are topics here that I'm not really familiar with, and now that I know about it, I think I'm going to apply it in my life and see where it goes. And it's amazing how I got so many new friends from this festival. It's so funny that almost every day I'm sitting in front of my computer after a long day of work to see the same familiar faces, and it feels like it's family by now, because you, yeah, Trisha, Yan, Elmer, and Martha, we're always together, so it's more of like a de-stressor. Like, of course, it's a whole 2 weeks of watching videos on in everything from sexuality to other things, and it's so amazing because you were able to bring about so many people to enlighten people about what we're doing. And I look forward to doing more of these with you, and I support you in the other festivals that you're organizing. So yeah, I'm happy that I was able to impart knowledge and to make people's lives better by doing so.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, Shin, your turn. Are you taking notes of her speech?
Prepare for my own speech, so to make sure that I don't miss any point that I wanted to say, because I have so much to say. See,
Oh my God.
so everyone, okay, come. First of all, I feel very honored. I mean, to know Martha, and feel very honored to be invited as a speaker in this platform, because this is the first time for me, I think, sharing to people which it's not within my region, way outside Malaysia. So that's why it's really a personal development for me, where I get feedback. Mother says that Malaysians are gentle. Yes, I always thought that my content is good enough because I used to present. But only then I realized that, yeah, there are a lot of things that I actually missed out, and it's really it's really important for me to really get up into another level if I were to really maintain myself and be one of the best in this profession. And of course, receiving negative feedback is never easy, but I know that growing up, this is a must. Growing up is never something very comfortable. So I'm able to get through it, and I really appreciate this experience. The second thing is the content of this whole festival. I think I'm able to learn a lot of things which is really outside my comfort zone. A lot of knowledge where, like Trisha says, we cannot get it from anywhere else. It's people talk about all these topics behind doors, and we only get to really practice this and explore and try and error ourselves because we don't talk about all this topic openly. And this is really the time where we really get to know people which is in their very specific area and get to learn from them, which I really appreciate a lot. And yes, I I I just don't have enough. Really, I hate myself being not having enough time to really go through all the recording and able to join all of you all the time. So, lastly, really thank you everyone. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Alma. Thanks all the presenter in advance before I watch all your recordings, and thank you very much for being part of this. I appreciate it a lot. It's really an amazing and lifelong journey for me to learn all this from you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, Elma wants to say something. Elma,
No,
you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say I forgot to thanks all the tech volunteer itself, public study itself for actually helping out this whole entire festival. I do want to say a big thanks to all the tech volunteer to be able to spend time before or after school to actually help out with this whole session, to work with the presenter to get this whole entire session going throughout these 2 weeks itself. A big thanks.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I cannot thank the tech people enough. It really helped me a lot. Okay, Fiona, you are on mute.
Hello.
Yeah, we miss your peanut song. Can you sing it?
What? No. When I found out about this festival through Joanne because she posted up on her Facebook saying that she's gonna present and perform, I was like, oh cool, you got something going on. And then I went in to the site and to find out what was it about, and it was like, hey, it's something I've always wanted to do research and see what all this kink and BDSM and how to improve relationships stuff. But you know, being in Malaysia, like no such thing would happen. So I signed up lah and tried my best to attend all sessions and made new friends at the live sessions and huddle sessions. And right now I'm still trying to process the information that I've been getting. But yeah, good festival. Good job, Martha, Elma, and all the tech people for doing this.
Yeah, thank you so
Yes.
much. Thank you. Anybody else wants to go? Sarah, you said you wanted to go, but I don't know whether you want to turn your camera on or not. It's up
I
to
can
you.
keep it off.
Okay.
Yeah. When I joined the festival, I wasn't sure what to expect. I've read the sessions, but I'm not sure how they will be conducted. But yeah, I'm glad I attended a lot of the workshops live because you can ask any questions you have and you just feel more present. You know, it's not like when you're watching it recorded, it's passive. And I learned a lot of like practical applications for my relationships. And you know, I know, like we all know, communication is important, but yeah, the negotiations part with the BDSM stuff or kink, it was, I don't know, it blew my mind. Like, yeah, that sounds very logical, but it's not something I practice like in my relationships. So yeah, I'm very thankful for this festival and everyone involved. It was a really great experience, and I can't wait to join the next one.
Oh, thank you so much. Lexi, do you want to say something or not?
Sure, I will.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. So actually, throughout the whole entire festival, I was so surprised because I actually been doing this for quite some time now, especially BDSM, and knowing that there are other people from other countries that, you know, have the same lifestyle as me, and it blows my mind that, oh, like I didn't know that we can do this. And it was very interesting, especially like I didn't know that there's such festivals like this that were so informative. And I really do hope like the next one there will be a lot of people, especially I think younger ones who are trying to explore. And for me, I think it's very like mind opening, I guess, especially the last few sessions that I mean like workshops that I've been to. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe this isn't for me. And I guess this person kind of just opened it up for me, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's not really for me. And for the people, especially Martha, especially the participants and everyone, and I thank my friend Danny for actually inviting me for this one, because like she knows that, you know, I would very much enjoy this. And I made a friend, Martha, and everyone else, like, you know, it's the same thing. And it's really nice to meet new people who also wants to explore the same things that I do. It's really good. I highly recommend this so much.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I think we covered everybody so far except the tech people. Tech people, do you want to say something? You can just have audio if you prefer. It's up to you. No?
We just want to thank everyone for these sessions. It was great to be a part of these sessions and provide whatever support we could. Yeah, that's all. Thank you so much. We look
Oh,
forward to the
thank
next
you.
session.
Yeah, thank you for all your help.
Welcome.
Yeah. How about the other tech person? Do you want to speak?
Hi, even I would just like to thank you for the entire event. It was also seamless and you were also great. So thank you so much. And we're just happy to be of all the help that we could. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So the recordings will be available for 30 days from the time that it went up. So we can still watch the recordings. And in fact, I have to watch some of the recordings because I was half listening actually most of the time. Yeah, and yeah, take notes, right? Yeah. So yes, thank you everybody for coming. It's always good to have a time to kind of sort out what's flying around our head with all that, just jumping from all the different sessions and all the different recordings. So we still have 15 minutes. Okay, so I would like to invite you all to go into breakout room and talk about what did you learn and how is your life going to change. What are you going to implement what you are learning? Typical coach, I have to do this. So it's not about me. The festival is not about Mata, even though I receive a lot of appreciation. I think I really need to focus on receiving as well. When someone offers you a present, to receive it graciously. So thank you everybody for all your acknowledgement. But I really didn't do the festival because I wanted to be rich and famous. I did the festival because I want to help more people. And during this lockdown period, this pandemic, I was part of 4 virtual sex festivals. And most of the time, I was the only Asian. And so I felt that something was wrong. And I wanted to make a difference. So I decided to do this festival for that reason, to elevate everybody's work, to bring people together, to facilitate learning in a way that feels good. And so it was never about the money. So I'm very, very grateful for the money that have come in because it will allow me to do the next festival in November. And so some people are asking why November? Because it's very soon. It's not about the money because as the pandemic is continuing, this is the best time to do online learning. So while people are open and receptive to technology, I want to make use of this opportunity to facilitate more sharings and more fun and laughter for people. So even though sex can be a very sensitive and serious topic, I also want it to be fun and lighthearted. I also don't want it to be so serious all the time. But when we have different people singing and their message and speaking in all their different voices, hopefully some of it does get in, which is that sex is not that scary. That sex is wonderful, amazing, fun, and funny. So that's my philosophy when it comes to sex, actually. Okay, so now I'm going to invite you to go to breakout rooms. So what happens in breakout room is not recorded, and this is randomly assigned, okay, by the way. So you go into breakout rooms. I'd like to invite you to talk about what did you learn, and how are you going to incorporate what you learned, okay? Or just spend a little bit of time chit-chatting with each other. So I'm going to do this for 7 minutes, okay? Oh, wait. Okay, so how was the breakout session?
Too short as always.
Oh, we can continue to chat. We can continue to chat after the recording stops. Okay, so thank you everybody for coming. But do you all have anything you want to share from breakout session?
I think we had something in common. We just appreciated that even learning more. I think they probably know about the BDSM. For us, it's like learning that there is self-love, consent, respect, and very empowered woman.
Yeah.
And that's something that's like, whoa, compared to all the negative media attention that we hear about that community, this is something we learned. I learned from this festival. Yeah, Lexi?
Yeah, it's more like that, and how like women are more seen powerful in this kind of lifestyle. And if it's like dom to dom, they look like, oh, like, yeah, we're all equals here. Even subs are also seen equals, and no one actually sees that, and it's just very much likely to be weird, because like if you're not into the lifestyle, you're not going to understand it. So like now this is actually a really good help. This festival helps like everyone to see like, oh, everyone is equal, but like there's a certain respect to each human being in this relationship.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I really appreciate all your participation, and all of you made a difference, because it can be very discouraging as a presenter if nobody is attending also. And I think the blossoming of everybody started to happen through the weeks actually. So think of it, if it had been a 7-day festival, I don't think people will be as open as now,
That's true.
because it took us a while to warm up to one another, and it took us a while to break out of the shyness. So presenter or otherwise, we are all human, we are all similar in our desires. And yeah, I hope that now all of you can now be intern our ambassadors, and you know this already, that nobody will be turned away for lack of funds. So if you have friends who are interested but they don't have money, or they are not willing to spend money, it's okay, because I'm not doing it for money. I mean, what I really am hoping for is that to help as many people as possible. And who knows, I hope to continue to do the virtual festival, because we don't have to worry about things like venue and transportation and food and accommodation. So it's like, I can have a conversation with, Shin in Malaysia, and Dani in Philippines, and Kenneth, where are you? I forgot.
Philippines.
Lexi is Philippines. Fiona is in Malaysia. So it's like we are all spread out in different countries. Oh yeah, and our tech volunteers in India. So that's already how many countries? Oh, sorry, I can't count. Yeah, that's
4.
already 4 countries, right? So it wouldn't be possible if not for technology, and people are more open during this lockdown period and forced to stay at home and forced to use technology.
And we
So
had so many presenters from North America too. I was surprised, and
Yes.
they were really good too. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have YY from US, and then we have Reese from Canada, and of course the BDM presenters from
Yeah.
several of them from US. And it wouldn't have been possible, basically. It really wouldn't have been possible, because it doesn't take them the time to travel. So they are more likely to say yes, because they just turn on the laptop and they can still be in their pajamas. Okay, so anyway, next week we are going to have another reunion. So what's the point of a second reunion, having attended the closing ceremony? Okay, the closing ceremony is to officially end the festival. So it brings a sense of opening and a sense of closing. However, a lot of us are probably still having a lot of thoughts around what did we learn. We are still catching up on the recordings. We might miss each other. We might have separation anxiety. So it's a good time to regroup and to talk about the next festival, the program. I want your inputs. So let's have like a 1-week break from one another. And then when we meet again, it's more like to catch up, and to kind of like make all these thoughts more harmonized. Because when I have attended trainings, we are still processing even afterwards. And so I wanted this opportunity for whoever wants to come and continue the processing. I don't want to just leave you there. That's not what this is about. We care about people. The festival is about all of you. And I actually expect all of you to, now that you are fans, I expect you to support the festival in whatever way. So now that I'm friends with most of you, I'm going to reach out and ask you to volunteer. Yes, that's my ulterior motive. Yeah, so thank you once again for being here in this festival. So I don't know whether you remember how we started the festival. We are going to end the festival the same way we started. Okay, so we started the festival by inviting all of you to type or to say your name, and the opening was Mother is at Sugar and Spice. So now I'd like to invite all of you to say, not Mother, replace Mother with your name. To say, for instance, Elma, to say Elma is leaving Sugar and Spice.
Leaving.
Yeah, leaving. So after you say it or you type it, please log out.
Oh.
I know. So this really brings an ending to it.
The thanks is real.
It's real. The separation is real.
You must say leaving. Cannot say we came already.
Oh. Okay, fine. Let's change it. Elma came at Sugar and Spice.
No, I'm just joking. Because you always say
okay.
come, ma.
Yeah, I always have the joke, right? We like people who come. Okay. So shall we do that?
We come and we came.
We came and we conquered. Okay, come, let's do it. Okay, Mata is leaving Sugar and Spice. Okay, don't say Mata. Just go.
All right, Trisha is leaving Sugar and Spice. Thank you.
Bye, Trisha.
Dennis is leaving Sugar and Spice. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye,
Annie is leaving Sugar and Spice. Bye.
Bye.
It's actually quite. Thank you.
One of the last ones.
Yeah, because I want to wave. I am the ambassador of waving. See you next week.
See you next week. Lexi's leaving Sugar and Spice. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Sarah is leaving Sugar and Spice. Bye.
Thank you, Shara.
So it's just us. Okay, I'll do it.
Are we going to keep waving at each other? Okay, we stop the recording. Oh, okay. Maybe turn off video. We can continue to chat. Okay, turn off video. Turn off video. But you didn't say bye.
Okay. Okay, Danny
Come back,
is
say
leaving. Danny is leaving Sugar and Spice.
Elmo is leaving Sugar and Spice.
Okay, stop recording. Mata is leaving Sugar and Spice.